Moving on to Stantec Consulting Services. Starting with number 1, ability of firm and its professional personnel.
$14.
22.
I gave them a 30. Let me see here.
So when you're gonna take this one?
Yes, let's. Well, are you gonna, the technical, yeah.
Okay, I was looking. Under stress, we put some of the professionals have adequate qualifications and experience. Weaknesses, no discussion of the tiered approach implementation. Second note, people are charged as engineers, but no PE behind their names. There are people that are with these, but if they list engineers, they're not a PE.
We're at.
I'm just looking at the wall chart.
I'm there.
Yeah, the one person that's a design, that's PE, well, they got PE, PTOE, but that one person is out of Ohio.
They have 0 RSPs in the time.
Okay. I'm willing to go down into the range here. Glenn, you're at 15 to 25 based on the adequate level. I'll drop down to Abigail's 14. He went up to 15, I went down to 15, and Glenn, you're at
22.
22.
Oh, so you went down to 15?
I didn't, no, I
Oh.
said, right now I'm at 30, but then reading the comments here, and it's adequate level of experience, I'll be in the 15 to 25 range. I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna lower. Yeah, the other thing is they're really, it looks like they're really set up for like your additional projects, your planning projects, design. I don't see the ability to handle all these numerous safety studies. They got planning, project development, design, technology. One principal, one project manager.
Yeah, where's the safety in the?
Yeah, I don't see anything here related to safety. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it for sure. And that's 15 to 25.
17?
15 to 25? I'm gonna be in the 15 to 25 range. So, Glenn, you're saying you're 22, you go to 17, I go, what about Abigail, would you? I see a 14.
Parking's another tier. Where are you?
Yeah.
Where you're at?
Have adequate level of experience. Project team contains all necessary disciplines. Organization of project team is adequate. Prime firm has adequate professional resources to properly provide services. Prime firm is adequate. Will be required to complete it. Proposed project manager's qualifications are adequate.
So without an RSP one and without a safety team, that's adequate?
Do they
I think.
have RSPs in the team?
I don't see that, but what I do see with Mark Majeski
There's,
in his resume is they do cover District 1 safety contract that has multiple safety items like speed studies, safety studies for corridors related to vulnerable users, high bike and pet crashes. They do have a District 3 safety study minor design contract, which could be relevant. Same thing with the principal, Doug Stoker, he's more with the projects, design, but Mark is the one that has this miscellaneous safety contracts. And then the next page, there's this Richard Pasco, who's the planner, and who has done like lane repurposing, bus stop inventories. Looks like working with
transportation planning project manager.
yeah. And then this Chowdhury,
And she's
more like,
interstates and not really
Yeah.
local roads. I mean, local agency roads. I thought they had more of a design background and lacked the safety discipline.
and then their traffic engineer lists access lane repurposing study,
Traffic
interstates,
modeling.
some schools, but
Yeah, the traffic engineers are modeling. One that does lighting. But what about the safety, right? If he's gonna do a safety contract as a prime, you should have safety people. That's a discipline I found lacking. And that's the main one, that's why I put
they
them
did,
to,
they did a pedestrian safety, well, David Allen, the pedestrian safety study in the East Coast, again, working on District 7, district-wide safety studies, minor design. Lighting's here for sure. And then they use data collection, tabs, traffic.
so is it basically Mark is the only one with the, he has the majority of the, and that includes pedestrian safety studies, but what about driver, systemic safety, identification of the county administrator, there's crash analysis. That's the only safety component I see in their staff.
They did work on a Hernando County-wide school zone upgrade, a safe speed curve study.
So there's, it says, analysis of 46 locations of potential pedestrian safety projects for Hillsborough County. Included a detailed analysis that would include some bill reviews, feasibility reports, concept designs, and preliminary estimates. Where's the safety analysis? So feasibility was about pet generators, crash analysis, right-of-way, minimum design standards. Where's their design team or their safety team? What is that going to entail, those two? And then on, yeah, that's why I had a note here about lax discipline of the safety component of this contract.
I'm gonna drop. I just want, you're sticking with the 14, right? Yeah, they're going through this and hearing the technical team has, I'm gonna lower my score. I went to a 15 to 15. Glenn, did you go to 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So 15 is the consensus.
Okay, that's 15 for number 1. Okay, number 2, firm's experience with projects of similar type and size.
9.
I have 14.
I 30. Okay, so the,
You want to go for the technical?
yeah.
You gotta tell me.
Yeah, let's hear that from the technical team.
I am, yeah, if you're on the design, planning, and project development, again, from the weaknesses, I see a lot of studies, for the most part, but no implementation experience.
Now, on the positive side, in their strengths, they do have some marginal experience with some projects of some.
None of these are task related. It's all single projects.
Up there again.
This is scoring, you said,
Similar size, that type.
you said, did you say 14?
Yes.
That means Prime has adequate successful recent experience with projects similar size and type.
Adequate. I mean, they have a number of elements from there, but.
What about implementation? Because we need BD&Es, design, quick implementation.
To me, they would have to
So there's a lot of
build it,
studies.
we have to look at like what, like besides the utility of the firm and the professional personnel, but then the resumes of some of the staff. They talk about some of these safety projects.
So we're looking at the ones with the projects, and they're all
Okay,
studies.
it says right here, being strategic and phasing improvements that synergistically build benefits over time is a best practice implemented. Our team regularly works on projects and challenges right away.
So there's 3 studies in the school zone update. That's what I was looking at. It seemed more like the study on the study side as opposed to safety analysis and implementation.
Yeah, so what they list for the safety, mobility services, it's St. Francis School, for Robinson, Walden, Lake Elementary, bike, design of a bike pit facility, downtown Tampa, Water Street.
Well, you know what's weird? They kind of late, yeah, okay, there is the US 301 6-speed curb study. That has some common elements with the scope, but certainly not all. So that is a project they did. But I have not noticed the approach and methods used to plan, design, and administer the project. Task work order based on 5-year district-wide safety studies contract.
What are you reading at?
This is the 5th project or the 4th? I think it's,
Are you talking about in the,
yeah, and that's what we're
right
on.
here?
You would think they'd say safety project, or they do, but not on the headline. Design and approach, they were, let's see, were they the prime? Work performed in-house, yes, they were the prime. Approach and method used to plan, design, administer project. 2 task work orders assigned from a 5-year district-wide safety studies contract. Task activities included field inventory, pedestrian data collection, crash analysis, use of current standards to qualify and design mid-block pedestrian crossings to enhance safety. And that's what they did, that's one thing they did under.
Yeah, so they have, they got these, they got the staff, and then they got these projects, but within the project, they describe, it doesn't really
A
stand
particular
out.
project. Okay, so starting from the top again. Bayshore Drive Access Management Study, lane repurposing. Approach and methods, project phase to evaluate existing conditions, forecast future traffic, analyze alternatives. Okay, that is a single project, it seems, and it's not.
Forecast future traffic is not in the safety limit.
Correct. Although there are some traffic elements that some of this might have.
Gotcha.
I mean, like Bayshore Drive, access management, I mean, I do see evaluated crash data, made recommendations for safety improvements and access modifications with a focus on pedestrian bicycle safety.
Sarasota Manatee Barrier Island Transportation Study. Project phased by evaluating existing studies, analyzing a range of solutions, and prioritizing the effectiveness and public input.
It says,
It's,
creating side street parking, so it looks like it's network connect, right? Like, with management, access management, just what they say, so is it a safety? Or are they trying to access management? It says in the last paragraph on the page, the midterm improvements include creating side street parking, right? With adjacent businesses, long-term, 3 one-lane roundabouts that reduce the roadway to a 2-lane divided, 2/3 with wider bike lanes, integrated transit stops, shorter pit crossings, and opportunities for enhanced landscape. So that would sound like a downtown improvement or a safety project?
some things are streetscape.
It sounds like a downtown wellness area improvement as opposed to the crash modification. That's why I didn't make it that one. Applying to the scope of the contract.
Okay.
All right, so,
Oh, I'm confused.
Okay, so we're at 9, 14, and 30.
yeah, I'm gonna be dropping, for sure.
And then Fernando has a Harvest Hill Park and a bike and a Morton Elementary safe route to school. And Fernando has those. Or some like.
More element, we do have a
Yeah,
more
we're-
elementary.
And a Harvest Hill. Wasn't sure if that was a correct.
What? Oh, this
Is
is,
that? Project phase by evaluating existing studies, analyzing new solutions.
the Stantec have a Hillsborough County, countywide contract?
So maybe, well, on capital projects.
I think I go with my original score, 22.
Okay, so I have to.
Successful recent.
I gotta say something here, so the point Abigail made, like, so they got Hernando County-wide school zone update, Hernando County, Florida. But, so I thought, oh, okay, but then when
They are listed,
I looked at the captions, like, the Mort Elementary, and it's definitely not in Hernando County.
it's part of LAP project.
And it's Harvest Hope, you could have a, but it's not, because now when I read this, I go, wait a second here. I hope this is not, I mean, to me, it's a mistake. Hernando County-wide school zone update, but yet they list, and I know the university area is definitely Hillsborough County, but they just, it's just a, in Ward Elementary,
This
they
is
run school,
just very,
it's a mistake. So,
So the 22 success, okay, you're saying
this is definitely, they should have said Hillsborough County, but
sure,
the similar type and size, so where's the corridor study, right? So to have them at 14 to 22,
yeah, I'm
Yes.
definitely dropping.
experience with projects of adequate successful experience, so this, the lane, the Bay Shore, that is like an area improvement, not a safety and mobility, not a safety.
in 14 to 22, some of the scope of services provided for representative projects are similar to the RPS scope. It's not a contract that has everything.
Okay, and then the Sarasota is reducing traffic congestion. That's not in the scope
Okay.
at all.
No.
And then, so the pedestrian safety study, okay, agreed that that's similar. And the speed curve study, that's similar. So I see the two out of,
Which are task force order-based 5-year district-wide safety studies contract. That would be District 5. Although with what they had on,
Okay, so they have some studies, but it's,
5-year district-wide safety studies contract.
this is one of the shorter proposals, and
Well, oh, no, actually, that would be,
this is a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm dropping. I mean, that's just some quality control.
what's yours?
I'm dropping it. I mean, this is like, they list her name and down, this is for sure, it's Hillsborough, it's not even school zone. It's, so, I'm gonna put in that range of the 4 to 13.
Oh.
This is a big mistake here. So Glenn, you're at 14.
I could go to 14.
Well, you're already at 14.
Oh, I was? Oh,
Yeah.
I started at 22.
Abigail, you're at 9.
We could go to 14.
Okay, I'll go to 14.
14.
So as a consensus,
Yeah.
14 for number 2. Number 3, firm's willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements.
6.
7.
I gave us 7.
I can do 7.
I like the consensus of 7.
Let's see. Consensus of 7
And,
for number
effective firm's recent current projected workload for
3.
I gave him a 3. You gave him 4.
Okay, 3.
3 as a consensus for number 4. And then
3's
Mike,
consensus, and we just, I have, which one? Yeah, so, I was gonna say, one of them, the main engineers, he's listed as Cincinnati, Ohio, and for sure, it gave a score of 2.
Oh, and we moved on?
This is for the,
Oh, locality.
the effect of the project team location.
We're still on, Stantec then.
Well, we're done now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, moving on to tool design. Starting with number 1, ability of firm and its professional personnel.
Who wants to start?
9.
3.
okay, all right, so I gave him a 25. Can we ask the technical team? So, I'm sorry, Abbott, what'd you say you were?
9.
A 9? And then Glenn, you were a
3.
3. I was at 25. Can we ask the technical team to, this is the last consultant,
It is.
so let's ask the technical team this, if they can give us their comments.
Okay, so, no specialized personnel in our safety. The most of the planners. And design, implementation, and planning. That's on my side.
I found this team to have some unique professionals. They're highly qualified in what they do. But they're going to continue to be staff for traffic engineering, safety investigation. So, yeah, right. There's no discussion of tier approach to implementation. And by and large, they're focused on the concept.
Since I was on the low end, I'll start with my thinking. They introduced themselves, Tool Design Group. We are excited to partner with Cal Green and Associates. They talk about their focus on safety and things that they can do. They have an organization chart which may or may not include PUGA, you can't tell from this. And the only resumes you have are, oh wait, there was one for PUGA. A senior planner. That is just, this is incomplete. I looked and said, project team personnel do not have appropriate level of qualifications and experience. Experience is all primarily, was it Midwest or in the Northeast? US Northeast. Project team does not contain all critical disciplines. There's a huge hole in here. Especially, you know, they're partnering with PGA and they have one resume. The org chart it kind of does things by tasks, but not teams. Well, sort of teams. Prime firm lacks adequate professional resources to properly provide services. You don't know who they're using. That's what I gave them a 3 for.
I mean,
Marginal, like going from 4 through 14,
they attempt, and where the org chart's at, they list items that
recognize
are.
anyone from PGA?
No, so you're right, they did say they team up with PGA, they have just one person, so it's like,
Oh, yeah,
why, what was the intent on teaming up with them? I mean, when most of the tool has planners anyway. And they attempted to list the different safety items with staff assigned and who will be doing what, but it's very more smaller, to be set up for small projects. And a lot of the team were not local.
how did they go out and do a site visit because you had a fatality the night before?
Yeah, you have to do more than just
Hop on a plane?
go to, look at Google.
Well, I'd be concerned what person would, what team, what staff would go out and do that and from what they've provided.
And one of their main professional engineers,
She's more of a designer.
I'm certain, I didn't see that he's even in Florida, and maybe Canada. Ontario.
So there's 0 RSP ones and there's 1 PE in the org chart. Wait, 2 PEs, but they're in technology. Or the PE, the QA/QC, and it seems more of a design background, no indication of safety analysis.
I mean, like, the technical team says, there's some unique skills, but they do list training, lead streets, the speed management.
That, the complete streets training is one tiny part of it.
Right, it's more than that, it's just you receive 5 or 10 assignments, studies. It's gonna be tier 1 type projects, and we wanna get these implemented in 6 months, and we're gonna be able to handle all this.
I can go to a 4.
Well, I'm the one who's the highest, so. I'm in that range of
Jim would be
15 to 25, so. Okay, so. What'd you say, Glenn? You wanna look at a 10?
Mine was 3, but I could go to 10.
All right, so I'll drop down to a 10. Let's just, we'll have a consensus of
10.
10.
10.
All right.
10 for number 1. Number 2, firms experience with projects of similar type and size.
7.
3.
I have the 22. I think we. Technical team, if you could just tell us the firm's experience.
Okay, No necessary strengths, but we did say they had marginal experience with some projects, similar size and type.
So they have speed management training.
They don't cover every single item, but they do make some attempts with the org chart is.
Well, no, we're doing from experience.
Right, I'm saying they,
So this project, innovative street design, it says FHWA realization that there should be further investigation and guidance regarding how to use these designs impact people with vision disabilities. Purpose to synthesize and assess gaps in existing guidance. So that's special needs people, well, people with vision disabilities. That's this project. It's very specialized.
you know, they're like this, they're
Is streetscape necessarily safe?
It's the third level. It's not your street design. It's more like for comfort, so a buffer between the travel lane and the sidewalk.
Thank you.
Well, Glenn, this kind of answers right here, that what you just said, more firms experience. So when there's the Boston's Vision Zero Action Plan and on-call planning design services, responding to every fatal traffic crash is a vital component of Vision Zero Boston program. And,
But they're in Boston.
yeah, but they're not gonna be able to respond every time within a short period of time, like, say, 48 hours. So this right here, multi-agency rapid response team that studies every fatal crash in the city. I mean, the personnel, they all have 20+ years experience, close to it, even the plan. It's just a very small, very experienced team.
So it's like the strength is planning, clearing, and community engagement, and specialized projects like
In different places
Address.
in the United States,
vision impaired.
Boston, Minneapolis,
Needs.
Memphis.
So I felt that this major safety component is missing. Both in the analysis, zero RSPs.
You'd come up to maybe an 8.
Okay, so I'm the one who's really, so the prime firm is minor, so I'm gonna go down into the category 4 to 13. So one's saying 8, Abigail,
I can go 8.
and I'll go 8. 8's the consensus.
8 for number 2. And number 3, firms' willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements.
3.
7.
I gave it 5.
That could be 5.
5.
5's the consensus.
Number 4, affect the firm's recent, current, and projected workload.
I had a 1.
3.
Gave it 2.
I can do 2.
Okay, consensus of 2.
Consensus is 2.
Okay, 2.
And I gave them, again, project team location, looking at where they're kind of all over. So I gave them be consistent, I'll give it a 2. I'll take project team location.
We're gonna do another 15-minute break, and then we'll go into the scoring. Scoring does take a while, so I wanna go ahead and do another break for 15 minutes. So let's get back here around 2:03, and we'll finish up. 2:03.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are finished with the evaluation, and we are going to the second portion of our meeting today, which is the scoring. So I'm going to announce the evaluation scores, and then the bonus points, and then the total points. So starting with ACOM Technical Services, number one, ability of firm and its professional personnel, a consensus of 20. And y'all can just say yes if
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, okay. Number two, firms experience with projects of similar type and size, consensus of 18.
Correct.
Yes.
Number three, firms' willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements, consensus of 7.
Yes.
Okay. Number four, effect of firms' recent, current, and projected workload, consensus of 3.
Yes.
And then, effective project team location, it's not a consensus, but the chair voted, a 5?
Yes.
ACOM?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so that brings their total to 53, and with their bonus points, they can get up to 20 points. So in this case, ACOM got 19 points, so that's a total of 72 points. The next firm, Alfred Benish and Company. Number one, ability of firm and its professional personnel, consensus of 32.
Correct.
Yes.
Number two, firms experience with projects of similar type and size, a consensus of 27.
Yes.
Number three, firms' willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements, a consensus of 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Number four, effect of firms' recent, current, and projected workload, a consensus of 4.
Yes.
And then the chair voted a score of 4.
Yes.
So their evaluation total score was 73. With their bonus points, they got 17 extra points, which makes their total score 90. And the next firm is Ayers Associates, Inc. For number one, ability of firm and its professional personnel, 15.
Yes.
For two, consensus of 11.
Yes.
Yes.
For three, consensus of a 5.
Yes.
Yes.
For four, consensus of a 4.
Yes.
And then for number 5, the chair voted 5 points.
Yes.
Okay, so that brings their evaluation total to 40. The bonus points they got were 17 points, which puts them at 57 points total. The next firm is BCC Engineering LLC. Number one, a consensus of a 32.
Yes.
Number two, a consensus of a 22.
Yes.
Yes.
Number three, a consensus of a 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Number four, a consensus of a 4.
Yes.
Yes.
And then number 5, the chair voted 3 points,
Yes.
which puts them at 68. They have bonus points of 16.5, which puts them at 84.5 for total score. The next firm is Ferguson Nyepel, Inc. Number 1, a consensus of 40.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 32.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 9.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 4.
Yes.
And number 5, the chair voted 5 points,
Yes.
which is a total of 90 points. They received 12.5 bonus points, which puts them at 102.5. The next firm is Burns and McDonnell Engineering Company, INC. Number 1 consists of 20.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 13.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, consensus of 4.
Yes.
Yes.
And for number 5, the chair voted 2 points,
Yes.
okay, which gives them a total of 45 evaluation points. The firm received 17 bonus points, which puts them at a 62 for a total score. Okay, CDM Smith, number 1, a consensus of 22.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, consensus of 16.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 3.
Yes.
Yes.
And then for number 5, 2 points from the chair,
Yes.
okay, which puts their evaluation score at 49. They received 12 bonus points, which puts them at 61. The next firm is CPH LLC, starting with number 1, a consensus of 15.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 10.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 3.
Yes.
And number 5, the chair gave 2 points,
Yes.
okay, for a total of 33 points. Bonus points, they received 16 points, which puts them at 49. GM2 Associates, INC. For number 1, a consensus of 12.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 5.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 0.
Yes.
Yes.
And for number 5, not a consensus, but the chair voted 2 points,
Yes.
which puts them at an evaluation total of 26 points. They received 17 points, bonus points, which puts them at 43. For Greenman Peterson, Inc., for consensus for number 1, I have a 10.
Yes.
Yes.
For number 2, I have a consensus of 14.
Yes.
Yes.
For number 3, I have a consensus of 4.
Yes.
For number 4, I have a consensus of 4.
Yes.
Yes.
And then for number 5, the chair gave 2 points.
Yes.
For a total of 34 points. They received 12 bonus points, which puts them at 46. The next firm is HNTB. Number 1, a consensus of 38.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 29.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 8.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 4.
Yes.
Yes.
And for number 5, the chair gave 4 points,
Yes.
which puts them at 83. They received 13 extra bonus points, which puts them at a 96. Okay, for JMT, number 1, I got a consensus of 43.
Yes.
For number 2, I have a consensus of 34.
Yes.
Number 3, I have a consensus of 9.
Yes.
Number 4, I have a consensus of 5.
Yes.
And number 5, I have a total of 5 points from the
Yes.
chair, okay? That's 96 evaluation points, and they got 13 bonus points, which puts them at 109. Right, HNTD. I'm gonna repeat HNTB again. Okay. Number 1's 38 as a consensus.
Yes.
Number 2, 29 as consensus.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3, 8 as a consensus.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, 4 as a consensus.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 5, 4 as a consensus.
Yes.
Not a consensus. This is for the chair only.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 83 points. They received 13 bonus points for a total of 96 points. Okay. JMT, number 1, consensus scoring of 43.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, a consensus of 34.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3, a consensus of 9.
Yes.
Number 4, a consensus of 5.
Yes.
And then with The chair, he gave 5 points on number 5.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a total score, evaluation score of 96 points. They received 13 bonus points, which puts them at 109. Moving on to Kimley Horn. Number 1, I have a consensus of 40 points.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, I have a consensus of 34 points.
Yes.
Number 3, I have a consensus of 9 points.
Yes.
Number 4, I have a consensus of 4 points.
Yes.
Number 5, I have the chair voted 5 points.
Yes.
Okay, and that's a total of 92 points for the evaluation. They received 13 extra bonus points, which puts them at 105 points. Okay, next firm is Stantec Consulting. At number 1, for number 1, I have a consensus of 15.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, I have a consensus of 14.
Yes.
Number 3, I have a consensus of 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4, I have a consensus of 3.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I have 2 points for the chair,
Yes.
which gives them a evaluation score of 41. They received 14.5 in bonus points, which puts them at 55.5, excuse me. The next one we have is tool design. I have a consensus for number 1 at 10 points.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, number 2 at 8 points,
Yes.
consensus, okay. Have number 3 as 5 as a consensus.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have number 4 at 2 as consensus.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they have 2 points from the chair.
Yes.
Okay, that's a total points of 27 points for their evaluation score. They received 12 bonus points, which totals the score to 39. And to the chair, are you shortlisting any of the firms?
No, we're selecting 7.
So 7 contracts,
Yes.
okay? All right, so I'm gonna announce the ranking. First place at 109 points is JMT, which is also Johnson, Merriam, and Thompson, Inc. Coming in at 105 points, I have Kimley Horn as the second ranking. For the third ranking, I have Burgess and Nyepel, Inc., coming in at 102.5 points. For the fourth, I have HNTB with a score of 96. The fifth in ranking is Alfred Benesh and Company with a total of 90 points. For the sixth ranking, I have BCC Engineering for a total of 84.5 points. And for the seventh in ranking, I have ACOM Technical Services coming in at 72 points. Those are the 7. Okay, and to the chair, do you have any parting words or anything you'd like to say?
Thanks for your time for today and the committee members here and the technical advisory for the work, for the putting together all the comments.
All right, please note that a summary is needed to conclude all of this. I'm gonna have you sign off on the point sheet once this meeting concludes. And that is the end of RPS 23-24380, Transportation Safety and Mobility. Everyone have a nice day. Thank you.